Welcome in, everyone, to the Blake's Take broadcast of tonight's game between the Philomath Warriors and the Newport Cubs. We are just shortly underway here in the first quarter with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Sage Kramer has both the Warriors' first two baskets, and it's currently a 4-0 Warrior lead. Warriors had a big win. Kramer, of course, had a big performance Tuesday night with her 51 points, a record here at Philomath High for a single game scoring record, both men and women. Broke Tricia Stevens' record when she dropped 47 back in 1987 in the 2A state championship game. The Warriors are eyeing the sights of a state championship as well this year, and they are on the right track as they are undefeated in conference play, currently number one in the state of Oregon in the 4A rankings. But the Cubs are looking to give them some trouble tonight here in Philomath yet again. Warriors' third straight home game. Always great to see after their long road trip recently. So here we go. Now we got Haley Couture up at the top of the key with the ball. Couture on the edge. Dishes it to Kramer. Kramer posts up, kicks it out to Larson from downtown, and she gets that one. Larson with the nice three-pointer there. Larson, such a valuable facilitator of the ball, but she's also a very good off-ball player when she doesn't have the ball in her hands. And Cubs turning the ball over there, which will give it back to the Warriors. And with that, Newport takes a timeout. 5 minutes and 4 seconds remain here in the first, and the Warriors lead it 7-0. And so the Warriors also, this upcoming Saturday, so 2 days from now, it's been a 2-day off and on thing here this week. The Warriors will have a big non-conference test against the Banks Braves, who come in as one of the top teams in the state, which should be an interesting matchup for both the boys and the girls. That will be Saturday night here on 5:30 and 7 o'clock for both the boys and the girls. This game is actually a makeup game of last Friday or 2 Fridays ago when the Cubs weren't able to participate due to a COVID outbreak. Larson dishes it to Kramer. Kramer looks inside. Bacho tries to get it out to Couture. Fumbles away. Couture on the drive. Kicks it out to Larson. Pump fake drive. And baseline is Bacho. Larson passes out to Couture. And she'll reset things. Off the screen is Couture. Post up mid-range jumper. In and out. It'll be rebounded by Larson. She gives it up to Lewis. Lewis off the glass, and she'll get that two to go. Lewis has started tonight as the Warriors are still without their star post, Abigail Brown, due to an illness. So Lewis is taking over that role tonight. For the Cubs right now at the top of the key is Carly Murray. She kicks it over. Inside now. There's a look from Shaylee Simmons, but it'll be too far off the right side. And Kramer now on the drive, wraps around pass to good find for Couture, but it'll be up and over the backside of the rim and rebounded by Lewis, and she'll draw the foul. So she'll shoot two. Warriors got a 9-0 lead, 3:42 left. And that's the first foul of the game. So now Aaron Holesto will check in for Kay Bacho. Holesto, another great piece on this team. Was originally a starter this season, but now is a key 6 woman off the bench. Kramer, crossover drive to the right side, tries to draw the foul, and she'll get it to go. And the Warriors draw yet another foul, so we'll see if Larson can get the free throws to go this time. Excuse me, Kramer. can get the free throws to go this time, and she'll hit the first. As the Warriors take a double-digit lead now. Nothing but net. Lesto at the top of the key with the press. Murray, inside look to Simmons, but she'll throw it out of bounds off the hands of Larson, so it'll stay Cubs ball. Pull up J from the mid-range is number 21, Avonlea Wolf from mid-range for the Cubs' first points of the game. Kramer in the corner, pump fake drive. Dishes inside to Lewis. Good look, but off her hands. The Couture now. Pull up J from the mid-range off the right side of the rim, and it'll be off the hands of the Cubs, so it'll be Warrior ball still. Annika Tyree now checking in for Lewis, one of the few underclassmen on the Warriors roster. Corner three from Kramer, and that is good. Sage Kramer already racking up quite a performance already here in the first. Corner three from the Cubs. It'll be off the backside of the rim. It'll be rebounded by Simmons. Simmons inside on Tyron. Rolls around, but it won't go. Be rebounded by Kramer. Here comes Kramer up the court. Dishes it over to Larson. She shoots one from downtown, and she gets her second three of the game. Reagan Larson catching fire here in the first. And that'll be off the hands of Newport. So yet another missed pass opportunity. Warriors in much a more comfortable lead here in this first quarter. It was just a single-digit lead. Ultimately beat Woodburn by 40, but it was only 19-17 after the first. Right now it's 17-2. Still 2 minutes left. Much more comfortable advantage, getting in rhythm right off the bat. Larson looks inside for Kramer. Dishes inside to Tyron. Tyron is stripped away by Tori Smith. And now on the drive, it's Wolf. Murray. Newport getting some nice ball movement. Working off the Warriors D. Inside, Simmons. Too far over. Over the top, Kramer to Larson. Larson loses it. And so it'll be Newport ball. Now we got some subs coming into the game. We got Blair Thompson checking in for the Cubs. And then Mia Bennett checking in for the Warriors for Reagan Larson. Alesto, some great defense always. Being that ever so presence at the top of the key. Cross-court pass. Smith runs into a double team. Murray swings it to the corner. And stripped away by Alesto. Alesto up the court. Euro step, tries to finish too much off the glass. And it'll be Newport ball as it is off the hands of Bennett. Wolf bringing it up. Gets it to the corner. Cross-court pass to Thompson. Back over to Murray. Murray tries to dish inside to Simmons, but she'll be fouled by Annika Tyron. Tryon. And that's a deep three from Smith. It'll be too much. And it'll stay Cubs ball as Couture tries to wrap that one up. Clock winding down here. 10 seconds remain here in the first. Wolf gets it to the corner. Corner three from Smith is no good. Kramer gets a breakaway. Final shot short off the front of the rim, but the Warriors in a much more comfortable spot than Tuesday night with a 17-2 advantage after one. So much more in rhythm are the Warriors tonight with a much larger margin of a lead. And Reagan Larson is getting hot from beyond the arc. She's struggled for the past few games and shooting her threes, but we all know how capable she is of that. You got to give her respect outside because when she's on, she is on. And she already has 2 threes tonight. And, of course, Kramer already going right off the bat. And so we'll see how the Warriors keep this going. And if we have an out-of-hand game out of halftime, and the Cubs just have 2 points, so we'll see how they try and turn things around in the second. So the Cubs will start with the ball here in the second quarter. Murray looks inside but won't get it to go. Newport a little bit too firm on their passes. Several turnovers already. Murray tries to jump that pass. Kramer will recover it. Kramer dishes it to the corner. Right back, pump fake, pull it mid-range, and that'll be off the front of the rim and into the hands of Murray for the rebound. Murray gets stripped away by Halesto, and Bennett tries to recover it. And interesting stop of the game as a sub now comes into the game as Murray appears to be injured. So that'll bring Avonlea Wolf back into the game. Will remain Warrior ball. Bennett stopped in her tracks, gets it inside to Kramer, up and under it, and she'll get that too. On the drive now is Wolf. Floater off the left side into the hands of Halesto for the rebound. And Kramer looking for Tyron, but too much mustard on that one. So now Larson is back into the game. See if she'll keep her three-pointers going. And as Kramer checks out, good trade-off. And then Couture checks out as Bacho checks back in. Halesto still playing an elite defense at the top here, frustrating the Cubs guards. And now cross-court pass to the beyond the arc is Torrey Smith, but that'll be short and miss everything. Bennett. And now Larson will look to set the offense up. Looks inside for Tryon. Tryon gets it back. And baseline drive for Bacho, who gets that one to go for the two. Wolf pushing the pace. Stopped in the tracks by Halesto. Swings it over to Smith. Smith pump fake drive. Gets met by Warrior defenders. And she'll rattle that one off the rim. Bacho wraps around, kicks it over to Bennett. Bennett pump fake drive, gets it to Halesto in the corner. Warriors moving the ball around. Bennett jab step. Cubs playing some good D here. The Warriors are trying to find a look. And Bennett tries to get the look over the top to Tryon, but once again, too much mustard on the pass. So it'll be Cubs ball. And excuse me, I was not aware. Abigail Brown approaches the scorer's table. That one was way too far. But she is coming off the bench tonight after coming off that illness, so she'll check into the game for Tryon. Brown, such a critical part of this Warriors roster. She is the ultimate defender inside, rules the paint on both sides of the ball, and it's good to see her back out here. Nice look from Bennett to Bacho, slips out of her hands, but she'll recover it. And Bennett will be called for the travel, so it'll be a turnover for the Warriors. Halesto putting in work up here at the top of the key, continuously putting on the pressure. 21-2 here with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the second as the Cubs are called for a travel. We're going around the globe tonight. So Warriors with a 19-point lead. Each team playing a pretty clean game. Only one foul for the Warriors, 2 for the Cubs thus far. Bennett tries to get Bacho inside it again, but it'll be tipped off the hands of Wolf. Wolf drives hard and kisses that one off the glass as that drops in for 2. Bacho pump fake. Gets it up top to Brown. Brown looking for options. It's a Bennett. Good backside cut by Larson. It'll roll around the rim like a toilet bowl and drop in. And so Warriors still with a 19-point lead as the Cubs take a timeout here with 3:43 left in the second quarter. So Cubs struggling to work through the Warriors defense, just managed 4 points thus far. But the Warriors getting looks where they can, staying patient, staying consistent. And they're doing a little better offensively tonight as far as well-roundedness and not just working through Kramer all the time. Of course, she's a leader on the court, but much more diversified scoring thus far. Of course, Kramer is the leading scorer, but still, Larson's getting involved with her couple pair of three-pointers and such. And the Warriors have 6 players on the court, but Bennett will down check in as Kramer comes back. Bennett will check out as Kramer checks back in. Thompson. Smith on the drive, met by Kramer, looks for the jump ball, and she'll get it as that'll give the Warriors possession. And so this was a starting lineup here at the beginning of the season. Larson on the drive. So it's good to see them all back on the court together. Larson gets it up top to Kramer. Kramer drives inside, tries to get Larson, saves it in the corner. She'll give it back up top to Bacho. Larson off the screen, gets it to the corner to Bacho, who looks inside for Brown, posts up strong, spin move, off the right side of the rim, rebounded by Kramer, put back is rolled around, and it tipped off the hands of Wolf. Oh, apparently looks like it was off the hands of Wolf, but it would, I guess, be off the Warriors, so it'll be Newport ball. Never mind. They discuss it as I was staying corrected. It'll be Warrior ball. Brown to Halesto on the edge. Deep three from Kramer, in and out. Rebounded by Brown. Put back is no good, and rebounded by herself again, and no good again on the putback. Lots of offensive rebounds for the Warriors, and Kramer finally scoops up and under and gets that one to drop in for two. Once again, the Warriors' rebounding skills are just continue to improve. One Brown is on the court. She's so tall, standing at a 6'3". It's hard for undersized teams to match up with her. She's a force to be reckoned with. Larson off the screen. Looks for Kramer. She gets it to her. Kramer drives inside off the corner of the glass. No good. And rebounded by the Cubs. Wolf now swings it over. Post-up jumper is short. Rebounded by Brown with the nice box out. And Kramer, off the nice look from Larson, is fouled, so she'll go to the line for two. Warriors have a 21-point lead, 25-24, here with 1:48 left in the second. And Coach Ben Silva talking over with Larson. Such an amazing coach, how he has put this program atop the state. Halesto now checks out as Lewis checks in, but once again, Ben Silva is such an incredible coach. Came from the men's program, who won state titles in 2014, 2016. Part of that incredible staff, and now is put the girls basketball program in great hands here at Philomath High School. And now Cubs swinging it around, getting good ball movement. Wolf on the spin around mid-range, and she'll get that one to go. Wolf may have all the points tonight here for the Cubs. Long three from Larson, short off the, far off the right side. As Couture checks in for Bacho. To look there. She loves that spot on the arc. She can get her there at an open look. She is yours. One minute remaining here in the second half. Warriors looking to keep the Cubs under double digits. And it'll be a push called on Cassidy Lewis. They get it to Wolf at the top of the key. Wolf swings it to the corner. Good three. In and out. Rebounded by Larson. Larson now pushes the pace up the court. Gets a nice look inside for Couture, but she won't be able to hang on to it, and it'll be a kick ball. So nice look there, but just wasn't able to hold on to it, as it'll be Newport ball. And nice look over the top for the Cubs. Larson almost snags that one there. Wolf stopped. Looks inside, tipped out of bounds by Couture. Just 2.4 seconds left. Newport will try and get a shot off. They get it in, and Larson will get one. She'll put up a shot. No, she won't. She'll try and get it to Kramer, but they'll run out of time as the Warriors have a 20-point lead. 26-6 is the score at the break. Warriors lead. And so fairly dominant half we're used to seeing for the Warriors. Kramer slowed down a little bit, of course, from her outing on Tuesday, but still looking good for the Warriors thus far. Obviously, a little bit more offensively than they would have liked to, but much more in rhythm defensively, as they're much more back on track, holding the Cubs to 6 points. And last Tuesday night, they gave up 17 points in the first quarter alone, so doing much better closing out defensively. So that's good to see. And once again, we have the halftime hoop shoot in support of our unified basketball team. Special Olympics tournament will be here Saturday day. That tournament will be. And then following that will be the girls and boys basketball games against Banks. I'll have a regional wrestling tournament that day, so it'll be up in the air whether I'll be able to make it or not, but I'll keep you up to date on how those games go if I'm not able to make it on the Blake's Take socials. So make sure to keep up to date with that. But as always, you can check out more Blake's Take content all on the socials at Blake's Take on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it, as well as the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other platforms. And the recent talk that I've been looking to put together is the NBA trade deadline, which was today at 4 o'clock Eastern. And we had some big moves, folks, across the league, starting with the biggest of them all in the James Harden for Ben Simmons trade. James Harden finally dealt from the Nets after expressing his frustration with Kyrie being a part-time player and all that. So now Ben Simmons may actually finally play in an NBA game as he is swapped. But the interesting part to me is that in the package included Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, as well as 2 first-round draft picks, all for Harden, along with another player who doesn't come to mind, but still, the Sixers going all in for Harden. I don't know if Harden is worth that much. I know he is an MVP caliber player when he is playing at his highest level, but the Sixers giving up a lot. And so we'll see. I think this is very, very good for the Nets as the trio of all trios, the greatest, what was supposed to be the greatest offense known to man in James Harden and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. We only got to see 9 regular season games and 16 games in total after the collapse of injuries and vaccination status, and it's been a whirlwind of a ride for the Nets in that we never really got to see that team at full throttle. So it's unfortunate that it had to end so soon, but I guess that's how it goes with super teams. You only get such a short window, and the Nets missed their opportunity with Harden. But they have a large opportunity now. I love this Ben Simmons move. Hopefully he is still in shape basketball-wise. I haven't seen him take a court or anything or know what he's been doing over the past few months except getting fined millions and millions of dollars. But I know Seth Curry is a great shooter as well, off the ball player, and him alongside Kevin Durant along with Kyrie Irving, the shooter surrounding Simmons just allows Simmons to be the player he always is, a good facilitator and a true not off the ball player, but great ball movement that he has and his court vision. It's so he'll be able to play his way and not be forced in being a star on the ball point guard that needs to average a bunch of points a game. That job he was asked to do in Philadelphia. And so they finally get rid of Ben Simmons, which is very good that they get assets in return for him. But I think the Nets totally won the trade by far, and they currently sit at 8th in the Eastern Conference after their recent slide. So we'll see how Simmons makes an impact in helping them rebound from their recent struggle. And the 76ers, though, are among the top teams in the Eastern Conference, and Joel Embiid, MVP candidate. And so with a dynamic duo with him and Harden, along with still Tobias Harris and Maxey, has lots of still good pieces in Philadelphia. We'll see how they make a run at it against the Nets. And not to mention, there's still the Milwaukee Bucks, who just added Eric Bledsoe to their roster in a big 4-team trade that sent Marvin Bagley III to the Pistons. And so big trade there as well. Good addition for the Bucks. Lots of moves out east, out west. Not too much action at the trade deadline other than cross-conference trade between the Kings and the Pacers, with Domantas Sabonis and being traded for Buddy Hield along with some others in a trade there. But that seems more of an asset pick for me. The Kings do have some young players, but it's a small market team, and as we've known, it's struggling for small market teams to make it big in this league. But we saw it just this last year. It's not impossible, as Milwaukee won their first championship in 50 years with Giannis Antetokounmpo just being drafted from Greece, being raised up by the Bucks franchise, and has turned them into a championship contender. So lots of good stuff there for the NBA. Lots of fun news. We'll see how we go in the second half of the season. The Blazers are definitely in rebuild mode. They're kind of focused on what they're going to do this offseason, getting up all that capital that they've got through trade assets and draft capital. So they're going to try and go after a superstar this summer. I'm sure of that, as Dame time is slowly but surely closing in on its end, as he only has so much years left in his prime. It's unfortunate that him and CJ McCollum were never able to get it done. But I have hope that Damian Lillard will be able to bring a championship home to Portland. I know they've made it to the playoffs each and every year, but they've been bounced in the first round several of those times. Only one Western Conference Finals appearance. So they were trouble. They for sure posed a threat, as Damian Lillard would say. They were trouble, and they definitely were a threat to many teams. I remember when the talk was they were going to knock off the Lakers in the bubble, and when they were ultimately made their run at a championship, and Damian Lillard was going off for 50 and 60 a night down in the bubble. The man was that crazy, and the Miami Heat were led by Jimmy Butler to the finals. They still stand a chance with their nice trio of Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, and Kyle Lowry. They got some nice pieces there. And then, of course, the Chicago Bulls. Lakers missed that opportunity, getting Russell Westbrook over DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan could have came home to L.A., but instead, the Bulls acquired him along with Alex Caruso from the Lakers themselves, and then Lonzo Ball from the Pelicans to join Zach LaVine to make a star-studded roster in the East. And they currently are running the East with the number one spot. So they'll definitely be a threat to Brooklyn and the Sixers. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Eastern Conference plays out. In the Western Conference, it's really kind of just three teams that are the big threats right now, and that's Phoenix and Golden State, who have kind of separated themselves. And then I'd say the other big threat out west that has a chance at a championship run would be the Grizzlies, led by John Morant, who's putting in outstanding work this season. His first All-Star selection. He'll be a starter in the game, which will be coming up next week. So lots of fun stuff going down. You can keep up all of it on Blake's Take, so I'm excited to keep talking about that. But I'm more excited to cover the second half of tonight's game between the Warriors and the Cubs. 26-6, the Warriors lead here to start the second half. Warriors still playing tough defense coming out the half. Not letting the Cubs work inside. That one's tipped off by Bacho. And Bacho gets the steal. She'll fast break layup. Too strong off the glass. Teammate on teammate right there with Kramer and Couture. But Couture gets the 2 for the Warriors' first points of the second half. Baseline jumper. No good, too far. Be rebounded by Kramer. Kramer kicks it up the court to Bacho. Bacho inside to Couture. And I'll back out to Kramer. Kramer gives it up to Larson. They swing the ball around. Couture on the edge. Swings it to Larson. And Kramer working baseline. Up and under, tries to draw the foul. She won't get the call. That's a nice defensive stop for the Cubs. Looking to set up their offense on their own. Wolf on the edge, gets inside to Simmons, but we'll just kick it back out. And now Wolf on the drive, met by Larson, who gets the block. And it'll be off the hands of Wolf. So a good stop there for the Warriors. Nice defensive play by Larson. And stripped away by Wolf. She goes to the rack, and she'll finish the lay. And now Kramer, pump fake drive, float game is strong. She gets the bucket. So immediate response by the Warriors to Maxi's drive. Try and pick it up offensively and defensively here. Bacho with her second steal of the half. Larson pops up, pull up 3 is good. Her third of the game, first of the second half. Larson with a nice game thus far. As the Warriors 33-8 is the lead with 5 minutes left here in the third. And Couture almost strips that away. Cubs get it across court. And Smith with a 3, but it'll be off the back of the rim as now Kramer comes up the court, gets it over to the corner and back up top. And she'll pull up a 3. It'll be off the right side. And Warriors will scramble around, but it'll be end up in the hands of Wolf. And Wolf intended to get the pass to Simmons, but it'll be off her hands. And so now Smith will check out and Blair Thompson will check in. Couture taking it up, Raff off the screen. Pull up 3 from Kramer, bottoms it. She's catching wind here in the second half. Kramer gets that one away into the hands of Couture. Now pushing them up the court. And gets a nice dish inside to Kramer, who draws the foul. So she'll go to the line and shoot two. So Warriors, after a couple games struggling outside, starting to find a rhythm once again from beyond the arc. So that's good to see. And now Halesto will check into the game for Bacho. And such a good free throw shooter is Kramer as well. She can damage you and hurt you in all kinds of ways. Beyond the arc, mid-range, to the rack, you name it. And bullet pass through the hands of Kramer. She'll recover it back. And now corner three from Couture. That'll be pop up off the front of the rim and drop in for nice three-point field goal. So timeout taken by the Cubs as the Warriors with some nice three-point shooting to jump out to a 41-8 lead with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the third quarter. So lights out shooting there by the Warriors. Outside and still being forced to be reckoned with defensively, only allowing 8 points to the Cubs thus far. And are really locked in with their game plan tonight. Cubs still looking for their first win in conference play, currently 0-6 in the conference, sitting in last place, and then currently 6-11 overall. Have been going through a rough stretch here this season. Currently on a 8-game losing streak, unfortunately, and it looks like that trend will continue tonight. Warriors, on the other hand, are riding on a 9-game win streak and are riding high here tonight thus far, as they'll look to keep tallying it on here in the fourth quarter. It'll be the Cubs' ball to start here in the fourth. So good look inside from Simmons, and she'll get that good lefty hook to go. And Couture setting things up, wrap around. Beyond the arc is Kramer, in and out, rebounded by Halesto. Gets it out to Couture, and she'll reset. Tries to get it out to Halesto, but it'll be in and out of her hands. So it'll be the Cubs' ball now. And with that hook, the Cubs were able to reach double digits. On the drive is Wolf, but she'll throw that one away. Kramer now looking to set it up. Wrap around Bennett with the hook shot off the backboard. Rebounded by Kramer. Kramer goes up and draws the foul. So she'll go to the foul line yet again tonight. And so now Abigail Brown will check back into the game for just her second time for Lewis. Getting back into rhythm. And Abby Green will check in for the Cubs. And Kramer keeps her perfect free throw ratio tonight. Kramer closing out. Wolf fakes a three, stripped by Kramer, but she'll be called for the foul. So the Cubs will take it out and pull a baseline jumper is good from Haley Hall. But Warriors still lead. Step back three from Kramer, short. Gets her own rebound. Comes off the screen. Gets it out to Bennett. And now Halesto gets stripped away by the Cubs. So it'll be Warrior ball here on the baseline. Kramer gets it into Couture. Couture drives inside, goes up strong. It'll be blocked away by the Cubs. And here comes Wolf up the court. And deep three from Green, way short. And it'll be rebounded by Thompson, so it'll stay Cubs ball after the foul. Wolf gets it up top. It'll be stolen away by Halesto, though, and as she's going down, she'll be fouled. Couture checks it in. Nice look inside for Bennett. Goes turn around off the glass, rebounded by Kramer, and that won't go either, off the backside of the rim. And so it'll be a foul call on the Cubs. Kramer look from the corner is short. It'll be rebounded by Simmons. Simmons on the baseline floater is no good, in and out. Kramer pushes the pace up the court, crossover, gets it up top for Bennett. Bennett shoots a three, and she'll hit that one. Mia Bennett with her first points in a while, so good to see her getting involved. Couture tries and jumps the pass, and she'll almost strip it away again on Green. Wolf stopped in her tracks, almost stolen away by Kramer. But it'll be off her hands and stay Cubs ball. Cross-court pass from Green. Wolf at the top of the key. Couture keeps trying to jump past his Green. Turnaround three. No good. Well, desperation shot at the end by Thompson is short as Brown was there to further block. And the Warriors lead 46-12. Yet another strong quarter. Only one team foul thus far. As the Cubs will look to try and end this game strong as best they can. Kramer not as easily getting to the basket tonight, as the Warriors just have 46 points, while Kramer had 51 by herself just the other night. But she's still posting up numbers that are worthy of praise. Can't score 50 every night, right? Oh, but still, she is still such an amazing player. So fourth and final quarter here in Philomath. Warriors lead at 46-12. Inside, good look from Bacho to Brown, but Brown will not be able to finish that one as it'll be rebounded by the Cubs. Wolf pushes the pace up in the court, up and under, kisses that too far off the glass, and now nice pass from Larson to Bennett, and Bennett with another fast break point. On the drive are the Cubs, and Wolf gets it outside. Warriors playing nice defense here. Wolf pull up mid-range from the free throw line. It'll be in and out. Be rebounded by the Warriors. Bacho inside to Bennett. Nice backside pass to Larson, and she'll be fouled, so she'll go to the line for 2. Great passing by the Warriors tonight. Getting good finds. That team chemistry is really getting put on display nicely. That one will be off the left side as now Haley Hall checks in for Shaylee Simmons for Newport. Off the right side, so rebounded by the Cubs. Lesto. Warriors playing defense good. Bennett close out in the corner. And now on the drive is Wolf, but is met by Brown, who's called for the foul, so Wolf will go to the line for 2. So the foul will actually be called on Larson. Interesting. Would have been a nice block there by Brown. Wolf has been main forward of offense tonight for the Cubs, being their main form of offensive production, much like Kramer is for the Warriors. But much more well-rounded scoring tonight for the Warriors. Lots more teammates getting involved. Mia Bennett and Reagan Larson being a notable contributor in tonight's game. Halesto wraps around, gets it out to Bacho. Bacho over to Larson. Pull up 3. Oh, almost bottoms it in and out, and it'll be rebounded by Halesto for the second chance putback. Don't know how that one didn't go in, but luckily Halesto was there for the putback as the Warriors encroach on a 40-point lead. It's 50-12 is the score. And baseline jumper is Hall. That'll be off the backside of the rim. Bennett in the corner, over the top. Nice pass to Brown, and she'll drop that in for 2. So Warriors now lead by 40. And a good time to take the timeout as the Cubs will try and figure out a way to keep their confidence up the best they can. But nice ball movement by the Warriors, getting good solid looks. And not afraid to take the shot that they need to. And so 5 games, including this one, just 5 games left for the Warriors here in the regular season. Less than 2 weeks in total. So the road towards the playoffs is ever so approaching. They will have a play-in game or not, most likely, but the state championships have been moved from the annual place of Forest Grove, who normally hosts the 4A state championship games. They have now been moved to Marshfield as Forest Grove has opted not to host the state championship games this year. So if you're interested in coming or going to go down to Coos Bay and watch that, but if you cannot, I will be down there with all the live action coverage of the games, both boys and girls down in Coos Bay. So don't you worry, tune into the Blake's Take stream because I will be right there for all the action. Wolf on the drive is met by Warrior defenders. As Elizabeth Morales Marquez draws the jump ball, just another young sophomore on this Warriors roster, as the Warriors will now check in a bunch of other young players into the game to get them some action, as this game is clearly out of reach. Deep three from the Cubs won't be good. And another shot from beyond the arc. That'll miss. Morales Marquez on the drive, and she won't get that one to hit. But good look. So all underclassmen currently on the court except for Bennett. Getting some good varsity experience, as it'll be much needed, as the Warriors will lose some key pieces up from their varsity roster, with 4 seniors in total being departing, with most notably Kramer leaving program in pursuit of college basketball. Marquez gets it over to Bennett. Try on. Step back 3. And that'll be just short off the front of the rim. And inside look, no good for the Cubs, as Thompson misses that one. Bennett drives inside. She'll miss that off the right side. And Wolf draws the foul, so she'll shoot 2. And so, been a fairly clean game tonight. Although the Cubs have 5 team fouls, but otherwise it's been a fairly fast-moving game. And so lots of good stuff going for the Warriors. But they'll definitely need to lock in and keep this mentality going into Saturday night. Haven't faced much of any competition here in the conference, and nice move there. Great finish for the Warriors. And Wolf draws another foul. So that was either Gilbert Pa on the shot there with a nice move. As Wolf, once again, the main form of offense tonight for the Cubs. Bennett drives right. And Elia is called for a travel. Closing minute here in Philomath. The Warriors secure yet another victory. Rebounded by Morales Marquez. Decides not to take the shot. And tries to get it to try on, but Bennett in the corner, baseline drive, loses control of it. So it'll be the Cubs ball to finish this one out. 10 seconds left. We'll see if they'll try and put up a shot. And Bennett will strip that one away. And that's how this one will end. Warriors win it 54-16 in dominant fashion, defensively and solid offensive performance as well, as they now improve to 15-2 on the season. They'll be back here Saturday night against a key opponent in the state, non-conference game, but critical tune-up matchup for the playoffs against the Banks Braves. So that'll be a good one, folks. Make sure to grab your popcorn for that one if you are able to attend. I don't know if I will be able to either, but I will definitely make sure to get the recap of the game and keep you all informed. If you want to stay up to date on all the local and national sports, please tune into Blake's Take on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and or YouTube. Subscribe and like for all the action here locally and nationally. And I hope you all enjoyed this one. Warriors win it. I'll be back here in shortly, just 20 minutes, as the boys will take on the Cubs themselves here upcoming at the top of the hour. So I hope you all enjoyed, everyone. I'll be back here soon. And if you aren't able to tune back in, I hope you all have a great night.